Hey guys!
Hey!
Welcome to W&L Review. Today we will be reviewing two movies, The Descent and Level 16. I'll let my mom start us off.
Sorry, I'm trying not to laugh, but our dogs are being silly. The Descent 2, if you watched our last video, we talked about The Descent, and we got some characters' names mixed up, and so let's just clear that up right now. The main character, main character, her name is Sarah. The other girl who we thought name was Naomi, her name is Juno. I don't know where we got Naomi, but anyway, now that we've cleared that up, we can continue. The Descent 2 picks up where the last movie left off. Basically, there's a search and rescue team that have been looking for these girls, these women, and because it's been some time. It doesn't exactly say how long this time has been, and I will say there was kind of a little bit of an oops at the beginning that they kind of screwed up on, but you know, hey, which was that they started the movie with Sarah coming out of the caves and then having to go in to the hospital again and all that. And at the end of the last movie, she made it out and she gets to one of the vehicles that they had driven to the caves, and then that's the end of the movie. So they kind of oopsed on that part.
Yeah.
But, you know, they have to kind of do stuff like that for movies, I guess. Anyway, and so this one guy, main older dude, he doesn't believe Sarah's story. He thinks she's full of hogwash. So he says, "You're coming with us." And so he wants Sarah to come along with the search team and show them exactly where her friends are. You know, she has, however, told Rio, one of the other search team members, what has happened, and is explaining to her, it's kind of an unbelievable story, but this is what happened,
Yeah.
And anyway, as the movie goes on, they start to, little by little, this search team of, 5 people?
Yeah.
Start to dwindle away, and the only 2 left out of this group. Well, I kind of have to backtrack a little bit. They run across Juno, who we thought in the last movie had died, because her and Sarah they had a battle. And anyway, she's not dead, but she's really not very happy. She's out for blood. Let's just say, just cut it right there. She's out for blood, and she's mad. And anyway, so her and Sarah have another battle, and then they make up.
Yeah.
The premise is pretty okay. The language is about the same as the first one, maybe a little worse.
Mm-hmm.
There's a really nasty, gnarly, nasty scene where these they're not little. These creatures are going to the bathroom, and it just so happens that it's in this area where Sarah and Rio are sitting, swimming, sort of.
They're basically.
It's in like a pond, kind of like, it don't go nowhere. It just there. It just well, that was bad. That was a bad analogy right there. But you know what I meant. I was like it's just still water. It doesn't go anywhere. But so anyway, they start realizing that this is not what it's just not regular water. So there was that, and so that was grosser than gross. Um, Again, I would not watch this with younger children. If you have teenagers, and they like kind of creepy, spooky movies, then this may be right up that alley. Again, it does have language, and it doesn't end like you think it's going to end. I don't want to give the whole premise of the movie away, but basically Sarah ends up not making it. I'm not going to say what happens to her, but it is very. It's just like you're going, oh man, darn it.
Mm-hmm.
But it I would say it's maybe a little better than the first one, maybe in some ways. Maybe about the same in other ways. So if you watched the first one, this one's just a second one, and we watched it on Pluto or Plex TV. So if you have that channel, it's a free streaming channel, so you can check it out there.
Yeah.
I'll let my daughter tell you what she thought of the movie.
My personal opinion about it was that it was not as good as the first one. Personally. The ending was interesting, and I'll just say that. But, it wasn't as good for me. I enjoyed the first one a lot more. I thought the special effects were a lot better. Because, I know this might sound weird, but I guess in the second one, the special effects looked a little more like they were on a lower budget than before. And how I thought that was in the first one, the blood looked pretty realistic, and in the second one, that, like, 1920s horror movie blood, if you guys have seen any older horror movies, it was kind of like that. It was a little less realistic. Like, there was just something about it. I don't know. I guess it was more watery, whatever they were using. And I just felt like there wasn't as much that was, new in the movie. It followed the exact same premise, pretty much. The only difference was the reason people were down there and the ending. Everything else was exactly the same, and I was really expecting something a bit newer. Like, I knew they were going to still be dealing with these creatures, but I don't know why, but I guess I expected something more. But it's not that it wasn't a bad movie. If it were just the movie on its own, it could stand on its own, for sure. It's just, in my opinion, it wasn't quite as good as the first one. So the second movie is Level 16.
Okay. Level 16 is a fairly newer-ish movie. I am not entirely sure how new. I don't know. But anyway, it's a psychological thriller movie, and it is, what was it rated? PG-13?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it doesn't have any, like, over-the-top, I don't even think it had any language in it that I can recall.
Yeah, I don't think so. Maybe a little bit, but
I don't recall any language, but there might have been, some that was like, like minor, but I really don't think there was any. There wasn't any gratuitous sex scenes. There wasn't anything like that. There wasn't any nudity or anything like that. The movie takes place in what you think is like a children's home or a children's school type setting, and these young girls are here, and it's like looks like a boarding school type thing, and they all have to go and do these things at a certain time and a certain, they're regimented. Everything's regimented. Everything's like has order. Everything has to do at a certain time, um, and when they get to level 16, when they meet their adopted parents, and um, this, oh shoot, what was her name?
I don't remember.
Vivian.
Yes, Vivian.
It took me a minute. Sorry, I had to access the files. Vivian, once she gets to level 16, she comes across a girl that she knew when she was younger. And I can't think of that other girl's name right now. Anyway, and this other girl has, since level 12, stopped taking her vitamins. And these vitamins, they keep telling these girls every day the same thing. These vitamins are to keep you healthy and strong and to make you
protect from diseases.
Yeah, protect from diseases. And so they take the same thing every day. They do the same thing every day. But this other girl, she starts noticing that everything doesn't quite seem like it should. Things kind of seem a little off. So then she kind of starts to convince Vivian to stop taking her vitamins. And Vivian starts to notice things around her, and starts to realize that things aren't exactly what they thought they were. And then when they get, like I told you before, they get to level 16 and they go to their adoptive parents. Their adoptive parents aren't actually adopting them. They're basically what level 16 is a, I don't want to give the storyline to this movie away. It's really good, and it's just, it's very twisty turny, and you're not sure who to trust or what, but it's very good. I'd say it's probably about an hour and a half or so of a movie, and you're rooting for for Vivian and this other girl to get out, and the other girl tells Vivian, I can't leave the other girls. I can't do that. That would just not be right, And so Vivian's like, well, nice knowing you. I'm not going back, And as it turns out, because this girl went back, Vivian felt bad, and so she ended up going back and helping her friend. And they got all the girls out of this place. And it was really incredibly interesting, because we started to notice in us, I don't remember what part of the movie, but we started noticing that they don't really care for the girls to be smart or be educated. They just want them to stay beautiful on the outside. And that there's a reason for that. And I'm not going to give the reason as to why you have to watch this movie. It's very good. It's on Netflix. And so I'm not sure if it's anywhere else right now, but it's on Netflix. It's a very, very good movie. I'll let my daughter tell you what she thought.
I loved this movie. It was so good. I'm going to have to watch it again soon. Even though we just got done watching it not that long ago. I have to watch it again because it was so good. There's probably some things that I might have missed watching the movie, which is why I want to watch it again. But you guys, you have to watch this movie because it is so twisty and turning and amazing. I don't know much more to say other than that. It was so good. But if you guys liked what we had to say, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more videos. Huge shout out to Marion, also known here on YouTube as Life Unboxed, for joining our Patreon. The link is in the description box if you guys are interested. And with that being said, guys, we're going to see you next time. Bye!
Bye.